Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring you Gary Harris from the DFLA. Let's have all the DFLA cheering for this man. He's going to talk about the betrayal of British soldiers in Northern Ireland and justice for 21. Give him a big, massive round of applause.
Oi, oi! I stand here today and I've got to be honest with you, I'm so proud to be part of a wonderful movement, and that movement is the DFLA. The last 12 months have been an emotional rollercoaster ride for a lot of us. We've experienced pride and passion and heartbreak, and we've had adversity, but we stand here today as one and stronger and getting bigger by the day. We stand shoulder to shoulder with a lot of the groups, and none more so than the vets, but I'm going to come on to the vets in a minute. We also stand with UKIP. Right. Some of us have actually become members of UKIP, and I myself have had some interaction with some of the local branches in my local area. But I've got a message for you guys. Sorry. I lost my way there. Right, the message is, I see so many of the members of UKIP have faded away into the background. Right, no, not you guys. And I want today everybody here and everybody watching to put the message out to all them UKIP members that fought so valiantly for Brexit. Come back. Get back to your branches. Your country needs you. We need you. Get back out on the streets with your stalls and your leaflets. Talk to the people, because I tell you what, that lot behind us, they are talking every day on mainstream media. We have to talk to the people. We haven't got mainstream media. Brexit has to be protected. We all know why we're here. Yeah, we're here for a better today and tomorrow for our children. Now that indeed has echoes of the past, when our grandparents and great-grandparents gave their today for our tomorrow. Okay? I've got here with me here, I've got a little medal here. This is issued to a First World War soldier. It's a gold medal, and it says on the inscription, you can't see it, it's only the size of sort of a tuppence. And this chap fought in the Somme, he fought in Arras, and he fought in Yerps, if that's how you pronounce that one, I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we're a product of their sacrifice, okay? Which now is in danger of being sold up the river. And we here today are now the custodians of that sacrifice. And we must protect our tomorrow, where they sacrificed their today for us. We have to protect it, we do. Many more sacrifices have been made by our armed forces. Both world wars, Korea, the forgotten war. Well, any vets here that may have fought in Korea or are watching, it ain't forgotten. Burma, the Falklands, Iraq, Afghanistan, goes on and on and on. Well, there can be no more difficult place for a soldier to be than placed on his own streets, fighting against his own people. And that's what happened when 300,000 servicemen and women were asked to serve from 1971 to 2000, with over 500 killed and many thousands maimed and injured. And now our politicians want to witch hunt and persecute these soldiers. Absolute disgrace. We've done some research, and I can tell you now, there's one company alone, just one law company, I won't mention who they are, yet. Right, in the last 12 months, they have put forward 465 cases against our soldiers. All right, potential cases. All right, we will be doing something about it, I promise you. We have to do it right. We know what we're going to do, and we'll do it right. Now look, you just can't make this up. You really can't make this up. The Good Friday Agreement gave amnesty to all the terrorists. Okay? Tony Blair, thank you, sent so-called comfort letters out to terrorists, 200, saying, oh, don't worry, we ain't going to prosecute you anymore. You know? And then close to our hearts of the DFLA is Justice for 21. Now, Julie can't be here today, so I'm just going to take a few moments just to give you a bit of an insight. Justice for 21. In 1974, the RA bombed 2 pubs in Birmingham, killing 21 people and injuring 200, and scarring many thousands of good, loyal Brummies, who I now have as many friends. The families have been fighting the establishment for justice when the perpetrators of what is still Britain's biggest mass murder that has been unsolved have been fighting for the establishment to bring justice to the perpetrators that are known to them, and they will not release it. So when you weigh this all up, you can't make it up. I mean, they let them go and then they want to go after our soldiers. It's just absolutely crazy. I say this to our vets: you're not alone, and we will stand with you every step of the way to fight this injustice. It's a stain on the fabric of our great country that they are persecuting our soldiers. And to them who sit at that place up the road here, I say this, and I'd like you to join me. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And I just want to say that the medal, that was my great-granddad's. And I will not let him down. Thank you. Thank you.
Just want to say the DFLA have supported the veterans right the way from the beginning. Give a round of applause for Gary from the DFLA and for the DFLA. And I want to introduce you to a personal friend of mine who has got more guts than anyone I know. He's taking on a fight that very few people would fight, but he's going to win it. Let's give it up for Lee Williams from the DFLA.
Hi, good afternoon. There is an epidemic in Britain. In fact, it's an epidemic around the world, but today I'm putting Britain first. It's called child sexual exploitation. Mass rape and grooming of young girls and boys as young as 11 to 15. In some extreme cases, girls are 3 to 4 years old. In 2017, there were 63,000 child sex offences reported to the police. These are the ones we know about, not counting those too scared to come forward, or those intentionally hidden from the public by the authorities. Grooming gangs, if you don't know about grooming gangs will tactically lure young vulnerable boys and girls by offering gifts, friendship, alcohol and drugs, ensuring the victim returns. Then gradually they will take things to the next level. The trusting child will likely be raped by their friend. That is just the first one. He will sell the victim to men wanting to have sex with a child. Sometimes many will partake, one after another, in what they call rape houses, taking it in turns to rape, beat, abuse, and on occasions, a life has been taken. I'd like you all to imagine, if you've got children, imagine that's your child, just for one moment. Because once a child is trapped in this circle of abuse, they find it very hard to escape, because they're threatened with acid attacks thrown in the face. They're threatened that houses will be burnt down and the families will also have acid thrown in the faces and so on. The groomers often loiter around schools, parks, cinemas, shops and so on, preying on children that are often alone or appearing vulnerable. So what can we do and how can we spot the signs? Well, I'm no expert in this, but these are just things that come to mind. Sudden changes in mood, unexplained gifts, they go missing for a period of time and you don't know where they are, staying out later, their appearance, being very secretive, and missing school, and then a complete lack of interest in anything that you choose to like to do with them. They're not interested anymore. So what can you do? Well, you can listen to your kids for a start. Not enough do, because I go in pubs and everything else and people are sat with the kids, but they're actually sat on the phones, not talking to the kids. The kids are just in the way. You can start listening to them, talk to them from an early age and often, warn them of the dangers, get to know their friends and especially the new ones. Tell them to avoid strangers. We were told that when we were kids. It still applies today. Keep an eye on their phones and internet. You guys can put parental controls on what they can see and what they can do. Do it. Teach them a code word that is unique to both of you. So if they're in danger, they can use that word and you know what it means and you can act on it. Don't say there's still time, because there's also the concept of it's too late. We're all responsible for protecting our children and other kids. If you see anything that concerns you but afraid to speak up, please contact the police, or there's many groups now set up to help safeguard our children. You would potentially be saving a child's life, or at least saving them from further harm. I read this somewhere. I'd just like to take it in, and it should apply to you all. When it comes to my offspring, I will fight with fangs of a wolf and the claws of a dragon, and no one or nothing will stop me from protecting them. I will be the most powerful and relentless creature you will ever know. Thank you.